Well, welcome, Brackle here. Please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Now, we're all aware of the investigation, or the so-called investigation, of the committee of the House in regards to the J6 event of last year. Well, 45 had a statement in regards to that and something that the Senate's doing. And what is that? Stay tuned, we'll get into it. Okay, so 45 came out with a statement saying that former VP, Mr. Pence, being the Senate president, well, he could have stopped the certification of these choosings, right? Of course, he's been contradicted, and some people on the right, have come out and said, no, that's not accurate. As a matter of fact, they've used it, I believe, as a weapon to push forth another agenda in the Senate, of which POTUS 45 has mentioned that, hey, if VP Pence was not able to do what you say he can't do, then why are you pushing forward with this Electoral Count Act? Well, guess what? One of those guys, Mr. Trevor Potter, who is a well-known Washington, D.C. lawyer. I mean, this is a rock star of lawyer in D.C., according to what I've read. Listen to what he had to say. 1857, after James Buchanan's win, the Senate president overruled an objection against Wisconsin electors who had been delayed in their certification process by a snowstorm in 1856. He goes on to say, one of the points of the Electoral Count Act is to constrain the vice president, given this earlier episode, and make it clear that he's a presider, not a decider. Okay, so what POTUS 45 is saying seems to be correct. And by the way, this Mr. Trevor Potter, he's actually a non-resident fellow of the Brookings Institution, which, by the way, according to a media bias website, said that, well, the Brookings Institution, they're labeled as left of center. Why? Because they tend to stand for more liberal, left-leaning ideology, and by practice have been donated to Democratic campaigns by and large. So, Mr. Trevor Potter, I don't know that we can consider him a reliable source in regards to the Constitution. But then wait, Mr. Blumenthal had something to say about it too. Senator Blumenthal, listen to what he had to say.
And we need reforms in the Electoral Count Act to clarify that the kind of autocratic interference with the electoral count that Donald Trump tried to do will be prohibited absolutely. He wanted to interfere illegally with the American election and the will of the American people.
Okay, so typical Democratic response, right? Mr. Blumenthal wanted to lecture us about the law and how 45, well, he's so out of line. Now, to be fair, I couldn't find anything in it that says that the presiding Senate president has the ability to stop this certification necessarily. But the actual code, I'm going to read it because it does seem to indicate that something can be stopped. Let's take a look at it and see what it has to say. It does say that there can be objections and other things that can take place. Get toward the end of this particular U.S. code, it says, no votes or papers from any other state shall be acted upon until the objections previously made to the votes or papers from any state shall have been finally disposed of. Okay, I hope I didn't lose you there. Like I said, I'm not an expert in the law, but I have listened to respectful lawyers that said, yes, this can be done. And since I read that, it says that, well, these votes can't go forward until these objections have been disposed of. And the person that is presiding over this cannot allow this to go forward. Well, who's presiding over this particular count? Well, that's the Senate president, who is the VP, right? So who's right? POTUS 45 or the legal rock star, Mr. Trevor Potter, and all those other senators that are saying we have to change the law so this can't happen? This seems to be another attempt to try to use this act to pass legislative that couldn't get passed in the Voting Rights Act. I'm going to keep following this because this is an important developing situation in both the Senate and the House. But that's all I have for now. Until my next video. God bless.